Hi there, dance studio owners. It's Clint Salter here, CEO and founder of the Dance Studio Owners Association. And before we jump into this week's podcast episode, I wanted to let you know about an incredible free training that I'm running in August. This huge online event is called the Student Attraction Challenge, and it's truly like nothing I've done before. You'll be joining me live twice a day for 5 days between August 3rd and August 7th for my step-by-step marketing training that will ensure you fill your virtual classes and in-person classes this summer. Whether you're teaching online, in person, or both, we've got you covered. Now, registrations are open now, so make sure you head to dsoa.com/challenge to secure your place for this incredible new training series. I can't wait to see you there. Now, on to this week's episode of the Transform My Dance Studio podcast.
Welcome to the Transform My Dance Studio podcast. This month, we are delighted to be welcoming back guest hosts Becca Moore and Dani Rosenberg. Becca and Dani are the co-owners of Rhythm Dance Center in Marietta, Georgia. Now celebrating their 27th season, Rhythm is home to 1,100 amazing students. Becca and Dani are known for their always creative and fun approach to dance and carry that over into all aspects of the studio. In this special 8-part podcast series, Confetti State of Mind, Becca and Dani will be sharing their history, business partnership, and overall positive approach to teaching and running a fun, successful dance studio.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dani Rosenberg.
And I'm Becca Moore.
And together we own Rhythm Dance Center in Marietta, Georgia. We are home to over 1,200 dancers, and we are beginning our 28th season. In addition to the studio, we are also the owners and creators of Confetti on the Dance Floor, where we share tons of information, sell creative products, and ultimately hope to inspire dance teachers like yourselves to make dance fun in their studios.
So I don't know about you all, but the term back to dance has a whole new meaning this year, given the current state of things.
For sure.
Yes. So typically we plan ahead for the kickoff to the new year. We usually go all out at our studio. We know exactly what we have to do as far as the last minute push for registration, our open house, and all the fun and craziness that comes with starting a new year. So even though this year is definitely different, we are pushing through and we're doing everything we can to kick off this year with as much energy and excitement as we would any other year. That is very important. Like, it's crazy, it's a different time, but I think we have to stay positive. We have to figure it out and keep trying new things until we can get something that gets everybody excited about getting back in the studio. Hopefully you are able to get back in the studio. But if not, and it's virtual, then you've got to do the same thing. You've got to figure it out. You've got to be positive. So on this episode of Confetti State of Mind, we are talking about some of our updated plans to get back to dance at our studio, Rhythm Dance Center. So we're in Georgia, and for now, at least, we are able to be in the studio, and that's the direction we are going with the things we're going to talk about. We're also going to talk about a few virtual things as well. So hopefully you can certainly adapt some of our ideas to work for you.
Yes. So the first thing we're going to talk about is our open house. I feel like maybe a month ago we were just like, I don't know, do we do an open house? Should we do it? Are we supposed to do it? Are we allowed to do it?
I think we have to do it though. Like, that's like, I feel like it's like our open house at Rhythm. Well, we actually, I think, call it a welcome back party.
Welcome back party. Yeah.
But, I mean, it's always been a really big deal. I mean, it's honestly, if you ask some of our company kids, I think they'll tell you that it's like one of their favorite events that we do.
Yeah, it truly is a giant party for like 4 hours straight usually on a weekend, and kids are just in and out the whole time. And it's the energy is so amazing to kick off the year.
The complete opposite of social distancing is what it is.
Complete opposite. So obviously we cannot do what we normally do, but we go full out just like we always do. We go full out with a theme, decor, all of the things. So we're gonna do that exact same thing. We're just gonna change the actual flow of the day so we can social distance as much as possible. We are fortunate because we have exterior doors that go into each of our dance rooms. We actually have 2 in each room, which is really, really great. So it makes the flow a little bit easier, and we are able to avoid having too much foot traffic within the lobby. Our lobby is closed, as many of you guys are probably doing as well. So we're trying to avoid having really anybody in the studio at all besides the actual classrooms. So we're thinking that we will kind of do a sign-up situation. So we'll have everybody sign up for a time slot, and we're thinking maybe 6 to 8 dancers at a time plus a parent or 2.
I'm thinking Disney experience is
Disney
what I
experience.
So think of it like when you sign up for a fast pass at Disney and you get there at a certain time and you're going on a ride and you have like 8 or 10 people in your group and you stay with those 8 or 10 people and you go through to each thing and do cool things and see cool things. That's what we're going to do.
That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing or attempting to do.
We haven't quite nailed down all the details, but we have the flow. We have the flow down.
But we did have a meeting about it today, and we're
on the right track.
We're on the right track.
So we'll have everybody enter from one of those exterior doors in one of our front studios, where they will meet and greet their teachers, and I'm sure there will be a photo op right off the bat inside of that studio. We can, a little time to chat with the parents and introduce the teachers to the parents. Next, they're going to move on.
Oh, please. I also said that, like, in that first space, like, that's where ideally the teachers would be. Obviously, there's no way we can have all of our teachers in there. So we may just do, like, a big wall with, like, photos of all the teachers so that everybody could go up and say, oh, that's Miss Dani or that's Miss Katie or whatever, so that they at least would be able to see them. And hopefully they would get to meet their actual teacher on one of the other rooms if they're not in that first room.
Yes. And so after that experience in the first room, they're going to move on to the next studio, where they'll do some sort of craft or something similar, something interactive. We're not really sure exactly what that means, but we have a whole studio space. So we want to figure something out that makes sense based on whatever theme we're doing, and obviously keeping things sanitary and safe, sanitized, and all those things. And then next, they'll move to the next studio where we're going to have a small group of our company kids perform. Typically, we have like 60 to 70 kids there at our open house performing, and we do like 15-minute shows, and they're on a rotation all day long, and it's chaos. But that's the part that the company kids love about it. They love that day. So it's going to be smaller this year, but we're going to do the same thing. We're going to bring in a handful of dancers, and they can rotate out as well so that everybody gets a chance. So just so that they can perform for the kids that are there taking the tour on the Disney experience.
Yes.
And then after that, we'll take them through the studio, through the main part of the studio, where I'm certain there will be some more photo ops for them because there's plenty of space for it. And then once they get to the other side, we'll have a short demonstration of a specific style of dance. Depending on the age of the kids that are there, it may be a hip hop class or it may be a preschool class if we organize it by just age. And they can join in on that demonstration too, which is always fun.
Usually on a normal year when we have that, we have last year, I think our theme was Wild About Rhythm. It was the Rhythm Jungle Jam, and the hashtag they used was Wild About Rhythm. And so we had Miss Jenny or Miss Anna or whatever preschool teacher led like a little animal action thing, and they did all kinds of different animal situations with the little preschoolers. And then we had, for the elementaries, we had a short jazz combo or short hip hop combo, basically just something to get them moving and excited about dance. So we would still do that. It would obviously just be like really, really small groups, and they would stand in our little grids in our room, so they wouldn't be like, holding hands or doing that type of thing, but they would still get to move, like Dani said, hopefully, and get to dance a little bit.
Yeah, while getting the full tour of the studio and kind of seeing what goes on at Rhythm Dance Center. And then lastly, they'll exit through our side door of the studio where, again, we don't know the details of this yet, but we'll have some kind of either an ice cream truck or Kona Ice or some kind of fun, cute summer treat that they can have as they're leaving. So they're getting the full tour, they're meeting their teachers, they're taking pictures, they're seeing performances, they're getting a snack, they're doing all of those normal things. It's just in a completely different flow to accommodate what we're all having to accommodate right now.
Yeah, and we will, like Dani said, they'll have to sign up for this. So that way it'll be a controlled environment. It won't be like you can just come at any point. So we don't know what our theme is, so you'll just have to check our social media in a couple of weeks and see what we ended up doing. Hopefully it's really going to happen because we had a good meeting about it today. So hopefully we can make it happen. Also, I think if you are not able to get back in your studio, you need to have a virtual open house. You need to get on Zoom and you need to figure it out and come up with something fun. I think that it's important to still do something. You can give studio tours still, like if you're on Zoom with your camera or even your computer. I'll tell you a story. We have a little rolling, what is that? It's like a little rolling plastic drawers, right, Dani?
Mm-hmm.
Like
yes.
At our office. It's like a
little storage unit.
It's really cute, actually. It's like rainbow colored. But I had my computer on it the other day, and we had just cleaned our whole office, and it was all clean. And I was showing it to somebody, and so I had my computer sitting on that, and I was rolling it around, and it was perfect.
It was perfect. It was smooth
for giving a tour. So you could do that. You could just turn your computer around if you're Zooming and go on a quick little tour throughout your studio. I also think you could, for your Zoom open houses, you could have your teachers pop in. You could do Q&A with your teachers, have them say hello. You could create a fun presentation that you could show with like maybe some of your classes and some bright, fun graphics. You can do that really easily in Canva and share your screen. And then you could maybe even do share a short video if you wanted. You could also just finish it off by teaching a short combo and then finally a Q&A for the parents if they have any questions. And I think you could also hold multiple virtual Zooms. So you could do like a preschool one, you could do an elementary one, you could do a teen one, or do like an all ballet thing or an all jazz thing, just so that you have a variety of options. And I think that even if you are like us, if you're able to have something open in person, I still think it's important to provide something virtually because, I mean, like Jeannie said, our lobby's closed and no one's able to just walk in and get information like they usually are able to do. And obviously we're still active on social media and people can call the studio and people can make appointments to come to the studio, but it's still different. So I think it is really important just to provide something virtually because you don't want to miss out on those kids that aren't ready to be back in your studio, or maybe you're not allowed to be back in your studio yet. So get on Zoom, get creative, and be social and interact and tell people about your studio.
Yeah. I think it's also important at this time of year for like a last minute push for registration and having a marketing plan in place. This year especially, we're always doing it every year at this time of year, but I think across the board, registration is probably down for everybody at this point. So it cannot hurt to really focus on a marketing plan. So usually the couple of weeks before we start back, we do a bunch of free trial classes. And a lot of times we end up with 30, 40, 50 kids in specific classes. And obviously this year that's not going to work. We're going to have to monitor it more. So we're going to take some of our pre-recorded content videos class content videos that we created during quarantine, because we have a lot of them. All of our teachers put stuff together. So we're going to take some of those that we already have and add a new intro and onto those videos and then send them out basically as a virtual Dropbox of classes that dancers can try at home. So it's free trials. It's just in their living room. So we're really kind of excited about that. And then we will also likely get a quick message from all of the teachers to add into the video as well, specific to what they teach. And then hopefully we'll get some new dancers that will want to sign up, for the virtual classes or in person when they're ready. We also because we are able to be in the studio, we're still going to go ahead and do some smaller in-studio trial classes, free classes. Again, we're going to have them sign up for it. There's no way it can be a free-for-all like it normally is. We'll have them sign the releases that everybody else signs when they come into the studio. But we're really just hoping we can get a few more kids into the studio with those classes like we normally do. And then as far as the actual marketing campaign, we're going to use MailChimp. Everything's through email. So we're going to put together a strong email marketing campaign using our MailChimp. And we're also going to do a postcard. So we're going to work on buying a mailing list for our area. And we're going to put a QR code on it that links to the Dropbox with all of those free virtual classes. So hopefully, we will gain some more students over the next few weeks as we work on this marketing plan. But I do think a hard push is important. We usually do it, so there's no reason not to do it now.
Yeah, and I think like Dani said too, I think one of the things just in talking about this for us, the last minute thing, we want to take advantage of using some of that content that we've already created.
Absolutely. We have so much of it.
Awesome stuff. Like that all of our teachers spent a lot of time and hard work creating some of those combos and stuff for the kids right when we had closed down originally. So we're like, why not repurpose that? Just add an intro to the beginning of it and use it. So if you have some of that, I suggest you try that as well. So next we're going to talk about freshening up our outdoor space. So basically, since we're unable to update our lobby as it's closed, we have decided to spend time updating the outdoor areas of our studio. And we are going to, I think Dani mentioned this earlier, but we have 2 doors in all of our studios. We have 6 studios and there's 2 doors in every studio. So we're going to have our kids enter and exit through those doors. So they won't be coming in the traditional way and walking through our lobby and seeing all the things. So we're going to have some nice signs made to go on the building that would say like Rhythm Studio A, Rhythm Studio B. So it'll be clear where they're going to enter and those are going to look nice. We also are probably going to try to create some type of outdoor photo op near the door. I'm not really sure exactly what that's going to be yet, but
since there's 6 of them.
Yeah, I'm going to try to work that out. And I also think that we'll probably likely decorate our door in some way, whether that's like having some type of vinyl made to put on it or just being crafty and creating something cute and fun. But we want that door that they're going to enter to feel fun and exciting. So we're going to
if they're going to be standing on the sidewalk waiting to go into their next class, or the parents are waiting for their kids to come out on that sidewalk, which they would normally never be doing, we want it to look good.
Yes. We also just had our landscaping refreshed a little, and we are going to hopefully going to update our main sign. We have 2 main signs in our entrance. And this is kind of a funny story, or maybe not funny at all, but our signs are very old. So if you're standing in the Rhythm parking lot, you can see 3 different Rhythm logos, you guys.
Between our front door.
Yeah, we have our front door where you can find a current logo. We have a big like brick sign that used to light up. It doesn't anymore. With our, I don't even know,
logo from like 25 years ago.
Yeah, a really, really old one. And then we have another wooden sign at the entrance with logo number, who knows what it was.
And it's so faded, you can't even see it. So
yeah, and I cringe, honestly, when people take photos, because sometimes they do take photos out there and I'm like, oh my gosh. But that is a prime example of like, we have not made our outdoor spaces a priority. We've made our interiors our priority. So now that all these people are going to be mostly outside and not inside, we are going to have that updated. So we are going to have, hopefully, new sign with current logos and make that look nice and new and fresh. In addition to that, we are going to create a few outdoor seating spaces for the parents to wait. We don't really have, I know we have a couple of friends that have cool areas, like maybe they're in a shopping center and they have like a covered area or whatever. We don't really have that, but we can add some benches around and maybe a few picnic tables or something like that. But just so that like the parents that are waiting would have like a space to sit. So if you have that, I suggest that maybe you have a few potted plants around there or something like that to make it cute, or the first week of class, throw some cute tablecloths out there. You know how I love a good plastic tablecloth from Target or Party City. But maybe just something like that. So we're going to try that, making our outdoor spaces look nicer.
Yep. And this is more of just kind of a reminder, but I feel like the beginning of the year is such a great time to make sure you're offering some kind of promotional items that are branded to you to your studio that you can give away to everybody. And this is the perfect time to be doing it. The first week of class, everybody gets a button or a pen or a car magnet, tattoos, stickers, depending on how many kids you have. You could even do t-shirts if you can get them at a good price. Just something with a hashtag showing support for your studio as you kick off the new year. Just think about getting your whole studio in the spirit and carrying that energy into the season. But if it doesn't start with you, it's not going to go anywhere. But I just think branded goodies, we always end up with lots of buttons and pens that we give away at our open house. But again, if you're not having an open house, or if your open house is virtual, and if you're not in the studio, maybe consider doing something affordable like a pen or a magnet or the button, and maybe mail it to them if they're going to be at home.
Or tell them, come
pick them up.
pick it up or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you might have a fun spirit bag for each of them, spirit gift, and have them come pick them up.
Yeah, I think we've mentioned these places before, but 24hourwristbands.com is where we get tattoos, and they're super, super affordable and super quick.
Yes.
We also use stickermule.com for stickers and pins. So
they're also very quick.
Yeah, so those are some resources for you. And also for t-shirts, we use custom ink. So, and they're affordable if you order a lot. I don't know how affordable they are if you order a small amount, but I love custom ink. They have great customer service. So I highly recommend them for t-shirts if you need a spot for that. Okay. And then the last thing I think we're going to talk about is just photo ops in general. And I mentioned creating some type of outdoor photo op, but another thing we're planning on doing is, if you've listened to us before, we usually have a wall in our studio that we make a really big deal out of, and we make it really cute. You can look at the hashtag on Instagram, Rhythm Fun Wall, and you can see the different kinds of walls that we've done. Basically, we just decorate it for whatever the theme is. But I'm thinking that what we will do is we will create a very small version of that in each dance studio. I don't want to do something where it's going to take up too much space or anything like that, but just create a space, or maybe it's even just a step and repeat. I don't know what it's going to be, but something that the teachers, once the kids are in the class or whatever, they can have them come one at a time the first week of class and snap a cute back to dance photo. Because I know all of you guys do that. That is something we all do. We have cute signs made that it's my first day is dance, or I dance at rhythm, or whatever. And I love those photos because it's kind of like with the back to school photos, except it's the back to dance photos. So we want to make sure that we are still able to get those.
And the moms are going to want to make sure you get those, because they're the ones that are usually in the lobby taking a million photos, and they're not going to have that opportunity.
Right. So we want to try to do that in the studio, have our teachers, like I said, just snap a pic on their iPhone, and then we would take those and share those with them in a Dropbox or via email or Google Drive or whatever you use to keep your photo and video files in. I think share it because it's a no-brainer. And then they have a photo. Number one, you've provided them with a photo, and they hopefully are going to share that on social media. Also, I think we'll try to come up with some type of little prop that maybe they get to take home. Maybe that's the branded thing that they get. I don't know. So anyway, and all of this that we do is going to be in our theme, which again, like I said, last year.
Don't know what that is yet, but we've got some time.
We did Wild About Rhythm. The year before that, we did what was it called, Dani?
Rainbow Dance Party. Yeah.
Rainbow Dance Party. And everybody wore rainbow colors, and it was really fun. So just stay tuned and check out our social media in a few weeks, and hopefully you're going to see whatever we came up with. We're going to put it out there.
Yes. So whatever you do, whatever you end up doing, just make sure you're excited about it. I think such a big lesson right now is for all of us to bloom where we're planted. That has truly been our mantra this summer, and we have no plans of changing it. We have to make the best of what's going on right now. And if we want to continue offering dance classes and keep our studio going, we've got to push through and do what we need to do. I think dance teachers are creative problem solvers, and there are so many studios doing so many great things right now. So stay focused and stay positive, and we wish you all the best as you navigate this back to dance season.
Yeah, you guys, you can do this. You
got it.
You got this. Be positive. So thank you guys so much for listening today. And we will be back next week for our final podcast in this series. And remember, you can find us on Instagram at Confetti on the Dance Floor and at Rhythm Dance Center. We'd love to connect with you there. Always feel free to DM us with any questions you have and all of that good stuff. We hope you have a great week, and we will be back next week.
Bye.
Bye.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode of The Dance Studio Doctor, powered by the Transform My Dance Studio podcast. Don't forget to join us over in the Dance Studio Owners Hub Facebook group for more resources and support in growing the dance studio of your dreams while reclaiming your life.